Republicans in Congress are still freaking out over the fact that Joe Biden's infrastructure plan, the $2.3 trillion infrastructure package, is paid for by raising taxes on both corporations and wealthy Americans. If you're making more than $400,000 a year, your taxes are going to go up slightly. If you're a corporation, they're also going to tick up by a few percentage points. And that's how we're going to pay for this massive infrastructure package that, by the way, is supported by an overwhelming majority of Americans, including Republicans, as are the tax hikes included in it. Even Republicans like those tax hikes. Everybody likes the tax hikes, except, of course, for Republicans in the House and Senate. And another person, too, and I'll get to that in just a moment, because Mitch McConnell, concerned about these tax hikes, has, according to the Washington Post, been meeting with his Republicans behind closed doors and privately assuring them that we don't have to worry about these tax hikes actually taking effect because we have an ace up our sleeves. And that ace is Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema. Mitch McConnell is telling his Republicans, don't worry because Sinema is on our side. And Sinema is not going to allow those tax hikes to take place. So breathe deep. We're going to be okay. Kyrsten Sinema, the same woman who did her little to increasing the minimum wage, is now giving a big double to not raising taxes on people who can afford it so that we can finally move this country forward and make the investment in infrastructure that should have been made 20 years ago. We here at Ring of Fire have been doing stories about America's crumbling infrastructure since the Bush administration. Since the first term of the Bush administration, by the way. That's how long we've been doing this. I have folders upon folders sitting in a file cabinet back at the office of America's crumbling infrastructure, and they each have years on them. You know, America's crumbling infrastructure, 2004. And it just goes on because this is something that Mike and I have talked about relentlessly. Because this is a problem that has been going on for 20 friggin' years. And now that we're on the cusp of it, now that we're right here about to actually be able to make things happen, because the Democrats are pushing it, we have to worry about another Democrat working with Republicans because they don't want the wealthy to pay a couple dollars more in taxes. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't make progress as a country. Not just because of the Republicans, but because of these pro-corporate Democrats like Manchin and Sinema, who will do whatever it takes to appease corporations, even if it means going against the will of their own constituents, going against popular public opinion, and doing something that the public doesn't want them to do. That's the big kicker in all this, folks. The public wants these tax hikes. The public wants the infrastructure package. You will face no consequences whatsoever with the people who actually vote if you support these things. Not good enough for Sinema. Not good enough for people like Manchin. And sure as hell not good enough for any Republican sitting in that Senate. They would rather go against the public. They would rather kick them in the face than raise taxes on corporations. And that is pretty much, a non-starter for this infrastructure package. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.